I'm Craig Lee.
I'm Rob McGee.
And this is Real Talk with Robb and Craig on Thursday, the 22nd of April, 2021. And today, Rob, we are talking about
what you need to do when you're buying a home. And there's several steps that we've got laid out here. Some things that are going to make the process a little easier for you, and some things that you need to know if you're just starting the process. Craig, what's number one?
Well, I put get pre-approved for your home loan, but it doesn't really always go in this order. I mean, sometimes you want to plan for it, and so really the first step would be check your credit, maybe.
Yeah. Well, and that's part of getting pre-approved.
Part of it, yeah.
You know, depending on what your credit scores are, it's going to impact how much you would qualify for. It's going to impact what interest rates you pay. It's going to impact what your monthly payment is, and so that all ties in together.
We're getting the sun beating down on us right here, so if you see a glare, we apologize.
Number two.
You know, I think this is a super important thing, finding the perfect agent for you and your family. The thing is, some agents only care about getting paid. Some agents only care about slamming you into a house and moving on. But the agents, and I feel incredibly comfortable saying this, the agents that we refer people to are not like that at all. Mm-hmm. They're going to take care of you from the very beginning to the end. Their teams, sometimes there are teams that do, but it's all great people that they're not a 1-2 every month type of agent. They're going to do more volume than that, and the good news is that's because that's their focus is taking care of people.
They're good at what they do.
Great, yeah.
Number three, make sure you understand the costs of buying a home. There are zero down loan options. If you're a veteran, you might qualify for the VA loan product. If you're going on an FHA loan, it has a subsidized or reduced interest rate and down payment requirement. But bear in mind, if you're at zero down or if you're at a reduced down payment amount, there are other costs involved, and you need to know what those are. Don't go out looking for a home and think, well, I don't need a down payment, or, oh, I only need blank amount for my down payment, because you have closing costs as part of this transaction as well, and you need to budget for that too. Those are costs that are paid when you close on the loan, and it's in addition to the down payment.
We get hit with that a lot because somebody will say, hey, I'm VA certified or qualified, or I'm going to use down payment assistance.
So I don't need any money.
Yeah, but the reality is you need earnest money, you need appraisal money, you need inspection money, and so on. Yeah. So it's really, when you talk to an agent or a lender first, they should put you on the road to success, which goes into number 4, understanding the time frames of buying a home. Meaning, what is the real road to success for your closing, and not just closing on time, but you want to take that stress and that pressure off of everyone.
Yeah.
So one of the things that we like to do is we have specific time frames from the time we take the application till it gets into processing, till it gets into underwriting, until it closes. Every step of the way, we automatically have emails that go out and let people know where we are. There's text messages that go out as well. What we, in addition to all that, do as a team is we make sure, like Janet calls all her clients every Friday. Lana calls them every Thursday or Friday. So you're getting touched over and over. So the time frames, it usually takes about 30 days. I can tell you that my average time frame for many, many years was 23 days.
Yeah. From
start to finish. Why would that be an important step if you can close a little bit earlier than, say, 45 days?
Well, everybody selling a home wants their money now. In a competitive market like we're in, if you can make an offer and assure the seller that, hey, we're going to have you close in 30 days or less, that's going to put you heads and shoulders above the offer that came in that's asking for 45 or even 60 days to close. Mm-hmm. Because guess what? The person selling that house wants their money. We're going to get it to them faster.
That's exactly it. And I can't even tell you how many deals that we've helped people win when they're going in and making an offer, and the first thing we say is, hey, we'll close it in 3 weeks. Yeah. So it's really helped us many times over.
Puts you in a more competitive spot.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure it does. I put, what are my upfront fees if I'm going zero down, and Rob touched on this. do I really have to come up with extra money? Well, yeah. You've got to come up with earnest money, and the minimum I've ever seen on that is $500.
That's for VA.
So
and we don't see that much. Normally, it's 1,000 or more.
Right. I mean, I've seen them up into the 30s, I think, right around 30. So know that your down payment could be zero, but there are costs. Even a cost that you're not going to get back, like your earnest money. I mean, you can get some of that back.
Right.
It's tough anymore.
Usually, it's going to be applied to your closing costs or your down payment if you have one. So it's a good thing to be aware of. And Craig, tying into what you were talking about here, that's a cost that you start the transaction with. That earnest money is put into escrow immediately, and it's letting your seller know that you're serious about this property, and it's what you're putting into escrow for them to take the home off the market. So you can't just say, yeah, I'm going to buy your house and not have any skin in the game. They're going to expect to see a commitment from you, and that's that earnest money. Then be aware, upfront fees you're going to have if you're doing a home inspection. That's something you pay for at the time the inspection is done, weeks before you actually close on the home. And same thing with the appraisal. In most cases, the appraiser demands to be paid when they render their service. So these are fees that you're going to have even before closing.
All cases.
Say it again.
All cases.
In all cases, yeah.
Not some, because...
Well, I try to never use absolutes.
When getting a quote, you talk to your perfect realtor, and they say go to this person and get a quote. What they're doing is, it used to be called a good faith estimate. Now it's called a transaction detail. No, it's a what is it called, Jeff?
2015 itemization.
Yeah, itemization schedule. Sorry. When you're doing that and they're talking about rates, keep in mind rates are connected to the property. So when you get these crazy, someone saying, "Oh, you can get 2%," get that in writing. Get everything you can in writing to protect yourself, the bank, the buyer, the seller, everybody.
And we know right now.
I'm gonna step out for a second.
Yeah, I don't know if you're picking it up on the camera, but Lulu, our little puppy, our Saint Bernard puppy, is talking out in the lobby here. So Craig's going to tell her to stop. Well, also, something I wanted to mention, if you get an offer or somebody says, I can get you 2%, one thing we know, especially with where rates are right now, that's not real. There's a hidden cost somewhere, or they're putting you onto a program that might have an adjustable rate or who knows what. So be aware of that. And we welcome back to the screen, Craig.
I'm back.
Great.
Lana's on the phone and Lulu is beating up Zeus.
Oh. Number 7, find out what is the very best loan program for you. Just because you've heard about a program, it's like, oh, I'm going to do that. For example, we were talking about down payment assistance. I'm going to do down payment assistance because then I don't have to come up with a down payment. There are things to consider. It may not be the best program for you. Down payment assistance comes with higher closing costs. Down payment assistance comes with a higher interest rate. These are things that you have to pay upfront and additional costs that you'll pay through the life of the loan. We tell people all the time, if you have the ability to get a down payment, don't consider down payment assistance. It's not worth the extra costs. If you don't have that ability, then maybe you should. But our point is just because you've heard about something or you know somebody who went one way doesn't mean it's going to be the best for your circumstance. So talk to us and we'll set you on the right path.
Yeah. If you buy a brand new house, do you still need to get a 210 warranty? And if so, why? Well, I think 210 warranties are important regardless if it's a new house or an old house. Mm-hmm. Because if it's a new house, you think, well, everything's new, it's going to be taken care of. You don't know. Stuff happens. Mechanical stuff breaks down. That's why we have the people we have. 210 warranties do not have to be super expensive. No. And you can get really good ones that will cover appliances and, I mean, you name it and it's covered.
I've got to tell a quick story if I can. We just closed on a loan 2 months ago. The buyers they'd been looking at a lot of places. They finally had an offer accepted. They closed on the home. They'd been to the house multiple times to view it, and everything worked like a charm. It passed inspection, it passed appraisal. 2 days after they moved in, the furnace quit. and it was still cold at night. They had a little baby. You know, it was a bad situation. Luckily, they had purchased a 210 warranty, and that covered that furnace. So it paid off in spades right there.
That's awesome. I will tell you, we personally bought one, and we think that
Peace of mind.
yeah, it kind of ties into this. Number 9, I'm buying a new house or a newer house. Do I still need a home inspection, and why?
We believe strongly the answer is yes. This is the most important purchase you're ever going to make. Protect that investment. Be aware of potential problems, including on a new home. There could be something that was not done correctly, or there could be something that is a problem lurking out there to bite you later. A home inspection in most situations will protect you from that. And we know a couple of good home inspectors. If you need a referral, let us know. We'll put you with a couple of guys who do a great job.
Yeah. Last thing on this list is movers. Rob's helped me move so many times. He doesn't ever want to move again, which is nice because I'm not ever moving again.
We both agreed we were stupid last time.
Yeah.
We tried to do it ourselves. And
So call your realtor. Probably has somebody you can call. Moving company. We have different moving companies you can call and get from us. And you want to make sure that that part of your transaction is relaxing as much as can be too.
yeah.
Because people, put off till the last minute, and then it's a nightmare.
How am I getting all my stuff into this new house? Because you got to get out of your old house.
Guys, before we go any further, please go to www.realtalk.mortgage. It takes you right to our YouTube channel, and there's a year's worth of videos on there. We will be doing a video of the bikes behind the boys. So we've got some motorcycles that are our personal bikes that we're going to show and give a little history on them. Kind of fun. We'll do that sometime. We've got special guest, a guy named George Kinney that we're going to have on here, who is the Northwest National Champion for chainsaw carving. Why would you have that?
That is beautiful stuff.
Well, because it's art. It is. The guy is in Allyn, Washington, and first off, him and his wife are the nicest people you'll ever meet. And you could look him up. His name is George Kinney. The stuff he does, he's got owls and eagles and bears and Harley-Davidson stuff. I mean, it's crazy.
It's all fun and it's
Yeah.
all beautiful. And,
Really pretty stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a local person that we like, and I bought Lana an owl there. So it's another way for us to reach out to people.
And I have one thing I wanted to ask you, Craig. Speaking of beautiful woodwork and things like this, tell us about what's next to you here.
What is right next to me here is my dad made this for me, and I just got it in the mail just about an hour ago. It's a card holder. It's I put my calendars in, and I'll have it for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So
It's nice, Bill.
yeah,
Beautiful work.
My pop does chairs and
He's an artist, too, yeah.
we went and got chairs up in Missouri and brought them back. Janet's got one or two of those.
Yeah.
We've got some. Rob's got some. So it's it just means the world to me. So anyway, that's the day.
That's it.
I'm Craig Lee,
I'm Rob McGee.
and that's Real Talk with Robb and Craig.